And it's 4:37, and we have got to get going here with Neverfriend. And they're in the building. They're finding their way up through the construction. And so I think it's a great choice of song that they've Gina called in and said they're in a bit of a mess, tragic mess, and that's the name of the song we're going to hear from Neverfriend. This is their debut here at 93.1 radio debut. Yeah, I'm getting. The drummer is shaking his head. The drummer's here. The drummer's usually the last one in. So here we go. Neverfriend. And crank it up, folks. 93.1 CKCU FM. That was your radio debut of Neverfriend here at 93.1 CKCU FM, and we've got Neverfriend in the building with us. And we'll start with Gina, the lead singer. How are you?
Good, how are you?
All right, so it was it's a challenge getting here, isn't
it? It was quite a walk, and it's raining, so we had to run, but we made it.
I'm actually out of breath, just worried about you guys. And we've also got Fraser. Fraser is.
Hey, how you doing?
Yeah, Fraser is here. Fraser, you're the lead guitarist, one of the founding members.
One of the founding members. I play guitar.
Got some gray hair there, so that would explain.
No, that's just ringworm.
Okay. And
Starting with the comedy.
Eric, who's been here since the beginning, the drummer, on time, on budget.
Yeah, it's unusual for a drummer to be on time for anything, but I was here early, yes.
And you're Eric with an A and a K.
Yeah, Arek.
We have an
just to be
Eric with a
different.
K here, and but he's you're the newest, one of the newer ones, right? You're the
I am, yeah. I just joined the band about a year ago. Saw the ad in the paper, the whole long walks on the beach kind of thing. I answered that, and here I am. So yeah.
the bio, the information you guys sent me on the band is hilarious. Certainly, I don't know who is the writer of the bio.
Well, everyone wrote their own bio, if you can believe it.
Yeah.
Although I think Fraser might have written mine, because I was lacking in inspiration, and he just, I'll do this. And so he took over. But yeah, they're all pretty funny. They're all sort of meant to reflect everyone's personalities. So.
And I'm saying you're local, but you're a little bit out in the West End towards, can we say Carleton Place is the home base? Or
No.
what would you do? How would you describe the home base?
The home base is in Nepean.
Nepean.
So
All right.
still Ottawa.
Shout out to Nepean.
Yeah, shout out to Nepean.
But
all the rockers out there.
Yeah, and but you yourself grew up in Montreal.
I am. I'm originally from Montreal, so I say reluctantly that I've been living in Ottawa for the last 20 years, actually, which is, I guess it's almost my hometown now. But Montreal always feels like the hometown.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Sure. And you have a tremendous voice. I mean, I was listening. They sent me some tracks in advance, and I was trying to figure out who your influence was. And I have to ask, who would that be?
It's hard for me because, I actually grew up in high school. I was in choirs. And so I'm not that I was inspired by choir singers, but that's what I did. I ended up taking opera lessons for a number of years because I had this grand vision that I was going to strengthen my voice after folks like Pat Benatar and things like that had these amazingly strong voices. And then in more recent years, No Doubt has been a huge influence. I love the way that Gwen Stefani really just owns each song. And what I realize that I'm actually influenced by is women, particularly women, because that's who I, obviously sound more like. Who show strength in their voice, strength in their personalities. So folks like, Biff Naked is one of the people that comes to mind. Although I'm not a huge fan of hers, anybody that has that sort of strong personality is what influences me.
And it ended up today on the playlist. We had Beth Hart, we had King Kimbit, we had
Cool.
CKCU Arms of the Girl. We had a lot of strong female voices on today's show. And I was saying that it's a little bit different playlist today for Friends with Benefits, but the whole idea, Tanya was my mentor here at CKCU, and she's on vacation, but I need to thank her for giving me this opportunity, even just to be here today, because it was her idea for the show was if she has friends, they should benefit a bit from the show. And so since I'm hosting today, I have one of you guys that's a friend that I said, let's see if we can, make some noise for Neverfriend. And so you have to guess which one of these characters is my friend. Some of you know who it is. But anyway, it's tell me about the song we just heard, Tragic Mess. Who was that one of the earlier songs that you got together? You've got 10 songs ready to go, right?
We do. Fraser's are one of the biggest writers of our music, and so maybe I'll let Fraser talk about this.
I thought you were going to say that one of the biggest writers of our time.
Well, that's pushing it, Fraser. Come on.
We'll Google that. But tell us about that song, Fraser.
It's difficult to say. Sometimes, a song like this, I guess it's about some people finding themselves just in the middle of a bit of a mess, right? And it was, people change during relationships, and and so I wanted to write a song about just kind of what happened. Here we are in this, what a tragic mess, and it's about just some broken people, right? That were trying to be something else, and they kind of came together, tried to make it work, but it just ended up being a real tragic mess. And I'd like to say there was something a little bit more profound that drove this, but sometimes when you're writing a hook in the basement, and you're playing it, sometimes you just got to write the story around the hook. Now, but that's way different from the song we're going to talk about shortly.
Okay, but how long have you been at it now? How long have you been playing music?
Oh, I've been playing music for like a few decades. A few decades. I don't want to date myself.
Is the guitar?
Well, I mean, I date myself, but
is your guitar your main instrument?
Absolutely.
Instrument of choice?
Absolutely. I started with the piano and moved to the cello. And when I hit the cello, it was a stringed instrument that really, and I played trumpet and stuff, but it was the guitar that I just loved. And I'll tell you this, it's so funny. I remember the moment I was watching the Eurythmics Don't Mess with the Missionary Man.
Oh.
That was the song. And I remember
Oh.
Annie Lennox's guitar player, I forget what his name is. He was playing this guitar, and I thought, I want a guitar that looked like that. Not sounded like it. And so I remember I went to
wanted to look
Steve's
cool,
Music,
right?
and
Yeah.
and I got a guitar, and it just happened.
Oh man, fantastic! We're going. We got some old references going on during this show. I was talking earlier about Kiss and the Lounge Lizards, but you've got a great sound that's pretty timeless, I would say,
cool.
Gina.
Thank you.
It sounds really good, and I'm excited because you guys were, you were a little different configuration a few years back.
Yeah.
And so tell us about how's the energy feeling on the new group now?
Oh my God! Like, I think it's the best it's ever been. Honestly, it's so exciting. I feel that we have never had such a high caliber of musicianship and engagement and creativity. I feel honestly like we're so lucky, and we've Fraser and I have had an earlier version of this band started in 2006, and so it's gone through several iterations.
Sure.
But I would say it's just never been as good as it is right now. Between Eric recently joining us like a year ago. I mean, his drumming is just phenomenal, and then Dan Rogers rounding us up on bass, and he joined us about 2 years earlier, but he had previously been with us, and he's also the producer of a lot of our music. Although now Eric is also working hand in glove with Dan on that. Seriously, it's just amazing.
All right, and who's the boss?
There's no boss.
There's no boss.
Oh, Gina, you're the boss.
I am not the boss.
Well, she keeps us on track during practice.
So let me ask. Well, I was going to.
I'm the planner.
I was going to ask that question about rehearsals and who's the hardest to rein in on rehearsals to stay in the moment.
Fraser.
Yeah.
Why does
That's an
everyone
easy one.
point?
Well,
everyone points at
No
us.
question.
That's the creative bone coming through. We want to play another track. It's 4:49. We're listening. We're talking and listening with Neverfriend. And let me ask about the name of the band. I Googled, and congratulations, you own Neverfriend on Google. It's like the first 25 things that pop up on my feed. There's nothing else.
Well,
Although recently there's a Korean band that came up with Neverfriend as well.
But
time to
how
sue
did
them.
where'd
Sue
the
them.
name come from?
it was available as a URL.
No, that's not why. That's not why. Several years ago, Fraser wrote a song called Neverfriend, and wrote the hook and a few lyrics, and then I completed the lyrics. And essentially, the Neverfriend term was a girl that you want so bad, but you can't bring home to your mom. So she's your Neverfriend. She can't be your girlfriend because she's not the kind of person you could bring home to mom.
Oh, so yeah, but
Yeah.
but just you see them.
Yeah.
When and where you can.
Yeah, exactly.
Awesome. So the next song you've selected, "Strong Like a Girl."
Yeah.
And seems topical, seems timely.
Yeah.
Is it? Is that
It is. Well, so do you want me to?
Yeah.
So Strong Like a Girl was written based on a real life story. It was essentially my story. So I was sexually harassed by my boss for 4 years. And then I spent 2 years supporting other victims that came forward to me. And then eventually standing up and getting him removed from the organization.
Wow.
He was a very high-ranking official. So I essentially put up with all of this for about 6 years,
My
all
goodness.
told. Yeah, and it took quite a toll on me. I ended up being diagnosed with PTSD because physically my body just was conking out. And Fraser actually watched me go through all this. I ended up being on, I took a year away from work to essentially recover from all this as I was trying to get him fired, which eventually we did. So he's out of the organization. Woohoo. So he's gone. But as Fraser was watching me go through this, I mean, I struggled a lot. And he wrote this song to inspire me and to remind me that I am strong, that I'm strong like a girl.
Awesome.
And so since that time, so that was done about a year and a half ago. Since that time, I went back to work and everything's great. This guy's gone.
You're back at the same place. Nice.
Sort of, in
Yeah.
a broader place.
What was that like?
It was good. I felt very empowered because
Yes.
we got rid of him. We
Yeah,
got him fired,
absolutely.
And I felt, and I guess this song in many ways actually helped me go through that because it really helped me to remember that I am strong. And from that point forward, when I went back to work, I made it my mission to actually tell other people, not just about my experience, but that you can overcome these
for you.
moments of abuse and harassment. And we ended up developing or filming a video just about a couple months ago. I got a whole bunch of women that I also knew had experienced similar things, and we've now created this video, which we will release when the song is also released. In the era of Me Too and all the other things that are going on right now, we felt it was timely to share the story and
For sure.
share hopefully inspire strength, or just inspire the message that there's a lot of strength in all of us, and that women are a force to be reckoned with.
Have you performed it live yet?
No, and can't wait to do it.
Oh, do you have? Well, when we come back, we're going to listen to it now.
Yeah.
Because I can't wait. And congratulations, and that's amazing. What a great story. Thanks for sharing
Thank you.
that. And we want to come back and have a quick little closeout, but it's time to hear the next track. Do you have a title picked out for the album?
It's going to be called Strong Like a Girl, like the single.
Very good. Well, let's give it a roll here. 93.1 CKCU FM. I can't wait to see and hear you perform that live.
We're really looking forward to that.
Because I think you are going to be right in the face of the crowd. That's amazing. That's so much energy. And Eric on the drums, nice job, bud.
Yeah, thank you. It was a lot of fun just to kind of get in there with these songs and get to know them and make them my own. And yeah, they're sounding pretty great, I think.
Yeah, quite the workout. And Fraser, that guitar solo, I was pointing through the glass. I said, is that you? And he goes, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Simple as best, man.
Man, it's been a blast here filling in for Tanya.
Well, thanks for having
Friends
us.
with Benefits and Neverfriend, and I put your contact information up on the show page. If you're just tuning in, if you're in your car, you just nearly drove off the road with that song. Don't go trying to look it up. But I put it on the show page at ckcufm.com. You click on programs, you find Friends with Benefits, and the playlist will be live about 20 minutes after the show airs. You'll be able to hear it all again and share it on your social media pages. Les is here, and he's going to be taking over the mic at 5 o'clock with nothing to see here, so keep it locked at 93.1 CKCU. And again, congratulations, guys. I can't wait. Have we got a target date for release?
Well, early fall, maybe even late summer. So we are working hard at finalizing everything. Yeah.
This year.
Yeah. This year, for
And
sure.
so who's taking the bookings? Because I think your calendar's going to fill up.
Fraser's the guy.
Fraser's the guy.
The best way to reach us is just nail us on Facebook or nail us.
Info at-
reach out. Reach out, please.
Really?
Or info at neverfriend.com. That's
Yeah.
another email.
There you
for
go.
us. Yeah.
Well, I just again I want to thank Tanya for opening up the phone lines and the airwaves for us here at Friends with Benefits, and to my friend Eric, thank you for setting this up to have everyone here. Thanks for making the trip in, and
Thanks for the support.
We're out
Thanks
of
for the
time, but
opportunity,
I
Jeff.
am blown away. I got to hear more. I got to hear more.
you so
Anyways, guys, have a safe trip, and we're going to clear the decks here for our friend Les, and nothing to see here. I'm going to just spin a little monkey junk to end off the day, and Zach Barrett will be back in the chair for Friends with Benefits next week. Take care.